Let me grab the host back and we'll roll. All right, I'm not seeing, I don't know what's happening here. I don't see it. Oh, okay, now I'm the host. All right, great. Let's get started. Hey, remember, we would not have a show unless you was here. So thank you so much for being here, and let's get this thing going. Here we go. Julie and Milo show is here today. You don't want to miss a single word they say. You're bringing you founders from a near and far. Listen as they tell you now just who they are. Listen to the stories and how they tell in just 3 minutes how they're doing well. Telling us what it's all about today and how they are loving that Onpassive way. Onpassive, it's a here today Onpassive. There's just no better way. Listen to the Julie and the Milo show, so then you will be the very first to know. Onpassive, it's a here today. Julie and Milo show is coming your way Saturday. Onpassive. Oh yeah. Julie, take it away.
Thank you, Milo. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is March 5th, 2022. Welcome to the Julie and Milo show, Saturday show, fireside chat today. My name is Julie Nguyen. I'm coming to you from Orange County, California. My dear friend Milo. Milo, if you could please say hello.
Hey, how you guys doing? It's Milo from Nashville, Tennessee.
Awesome, Milo. Thank you so much. I'd like to introduce everyone who are watching the YouTube channels right now. If you're watching from Marty DeGamo, Julian Milo, Bill Musk, Red Redfern on Passive Nations. If you're currently watching us on live right now, we wanted to say hello to you and welcome you to our conversations today. All of our friends here on the panel, thank you so much for coming and join us today. You are joining us from all over the world. We always appreciate you. Like Milo said, without you, we won't even have a show. So we all appreciate you. It's been over a year that Milo and I started the Julie and Milo show, and we're grateful that you are here. And if you're currently watching us from YouTube, please do remember to click the subscribe button and click the bell so that you get notification every time we go on live. As you understand, we are all in Onpassive, and every single day, if you're subscribed to the channels, you'll see every activities that we are doing when we do live stream, when we are doing webinar. We do hope that you could join us and be part of the conversations as well. Thanks so much for joining us today. Milo, today it's really an open mic, an open chat today. But I wanted to start by saying in the last several weeks, we have been focusing on how Onpassive can help. We did a show on how Onpassive can help with music, with the music industry. We also did a show how Onpassive can help with teachers, churches, real estate agents, and then single mom. We've done those shows, but we're very sure that a lot of people didn't have a chance to or didn't add in their conversation when we had those conversations. So we wanted to take today is the day for all of us to be able to sit together and have that type of discussions, or even if you have questions, we would love for you to raise your hands and ask your questions here as well. So I'd like for you to start, Milo. I know we didn't really talk about things, but this is where it is. We're always, anytime here on the show, it's really an open show for a lot of us.
Absolutely, Julie. We always wing it. That's what we're good at. It's just winging it. We don't know what we're doing. We're talking about a lot of times what we're going to talk about. We let it flow. And that's that is the cool thing with Onpassive. There's so many founders and so many people with different ideas and different things. And when you get a whole group together of like-minded people and you start focusing on things, you can mastermind more or less. In other words, a lot of times someone might say something that will jog your memory or make you think, man, I could do this or I could do that. That's the beauty of Onpassive, and that's what our shows have been about. you know, that we have tried to bring forward. And so it would be cool today just to, you know, kind of catch up on it more or less. You know, so if anyone has anything that they want to talk about from any of the shows, you know, hey, let's discuss them. It's a good time to do it. If you got questions, we can answer them and we can just discuss. Or if you got a point you want to bring up, we're always looking for different ways to helping people. You know, Onpassive, I feel, is not really a per se a business. It's more about helping people. It's about humanity. It's a movement, you know, and I think all of us will realize that after we get in it and we start looking at things. It's not about what Onpassive is going to do for us, although it is good. We all, especially a lot of us, need it right now, big time, you know. But it's what we're going to be able to help others with. You know, I think that's the beautiful thing of it. So we open it up now. If anyone's got any questions or any comments, or we'd love to just hear from you, you know, just raise your hand and we'll call on you. Back to you, Julie.
Thank you, Milo. Yes, we've done a lot of shows, and I eventually will put those links on the chat for you to save them, because the feedback that we've been having is that it's truly really helped them to think more, because when you're listening to discussion, like Milo said, it really jarred your thought and your memory. And then this morning, I truly didn't really expect it in the Vietnamese community. The education field in that country is very literally short of a lot of things, a lot of materials, a lot of tools and services and knowledge for people to be able to involve in. And we did an early show this morning, and we had a lot of conversations regarding how Onpassive can help. And truly, a lot of the community who does not speak English really truly did not understand how our products can truly help them. I mean, what we started it is we had one of the teacher, you know, who's retired, but she's mentioned all the difficulties that she's facing. And then when she finishes, I literally tackle every of those problems. I said, you know, if you don't have a place for you to prepare your curriculum, you know, here's one. This product can help. That product can help. Like a lot of it. So if you really sit down and dissect some of the products that we're doing, the topic that we're discussed in our conversations in those shows, you'll be able to take it and then share that with others as well. So I think it's really important that we do that. Craig, I see that you have your hand raised. Please go ahead and open your mic. And everyone, if we are speaking today, please keep your conversations at right around 2 minutes. Thank you.
Hello, Julie. I just want to find out why and knowing or not limit attention is placed on electric vehicles.
Craig, this is a topic that I know you're very passionate about it. You're muted yourself, by the way, but it's a topic that I see that you're very passionate, and every webinar you do come on and share about it. Everybody see your name, and everybody know that your name is associated with electric car. But I do hope that you take what we hear and formulate however you like to do that match what your passion is, Greg. So thank you so much.
Julie, Greg, actually, Onpassive will be able to help you. You'll be able to market, you know, and you'll be able to spread electric cars like you're doing, you know. So you have that opportunity to do it, and you know, so I'm sure that that will be something that you will do, you know. So good luck with it. Let's see. Next up, we have Mr. Tarak Barman. Come on down, Tarak.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm coming from India, Kolkata. My name is Tarak Burman. I take foundership 11/1/2022. I proud for I am take the foundership at the right time. I am not know about what the it this topic, but I say something. Uh, I think that that the product on the platform are very important to us in our upcoming future. Those why I take foundership on this. Thank to Mr. S. Mufareh sir giving us the opportunity. I am trying to give this opportunity of my friend circle around 50 people, but there are only 3 people are take this opportunity. Others are not take this because they think it is it is a money marketing project. So I will try my best given the opportunity from other peoples before the choosing it, but closing it. Thank you for everyone giving the short time for my my thank you, sir. Okay.
Tarek, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations for becoming a founder of Onpassive. We appreciate you, even though you've just joined us so recently, but you're still here contributing your time here with us. And so we'll congratulate you and stick around. You know, what we discuss here, every single webinar I do go to, I learn a thing or two. So we do hope that you're staying around and just listening. Onpassive is such a huge company. You know, the products, the services, the community that we have here are all amazing. And it doesn't take 1 or 2 webinars for all of us to be able to learn. Myself here coming up and being a founder of Onpassive more than 3 years. So I'm still learning. Milo have been over 3 years, and many of us here have been in Onpassive for years, and guarantee you every single webinar that you show up, you will be able to learn a thing or two as well. So thanks so much for being here. I see William Delhomme has his hand raised. William, if I may have you unmute your mic.
Marshmallow.
Hello, Julie, Milo. Hello, Key. I'm like all of the webinars because it gives you the ability to be yourself, not anybody else, because I think trying to be other in gaining status is not the way to go. I like being myself, and when OConnect comes out, I'll be able to go to different webinars. I see presentations from them, but the understanding of other people presenting and speaking different languages will be a real asset. Plus, you might be able to pick up some of the language itself that way. I think it's a really good tool, and it'll be very good for our webinars and testimonials, because my testimonial to get out of this wheelchair and get active and have more energy is a real chore for me right now. So I'm just going to be myself. That's all I have to say.
That's awesome, William. William, you know, we watched you grow over time, and man, it's been incredible. And I can't wait to see when you get out of that chair and you dance with Julie. That's gonna be a glorious day for us for sure. You know, and there is something to be said about being yourself, man. You know, it seems like you know, in the music industry, they always try to change you, you know, and people say, hey, just be yourself, man. Don't try to be someone else. Just be. That's the beautiful thing about OnPassive. We're made up of all kinds of people from all over the world, and we can all be ourselves. And we can come to these webinars, and we can, you know, raise our hands. We can talk, and we can bring something to the table. And that's the beautiful thing about it. So anyway, we're looking for more hands to come up and talk. Don't be shy, guys. Come on. There's one. All right, Mr. Key Window, come on down, brother, and talk to us.
Hey, Nashville. Milo, how are you, buddy?
Hey, good.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Julie. Hey, Cynthia. William, always good to see you. Ron, thanks for your constant communication. Lynn, it's been a little hectic for me, gone back to work at the hospital, and I don't really want to talk about that. I am firm believing in Onpassive, and just, you know, everybody's going through a tough time, and the world's kind of a messed up place, and things that are going on overseas, and everybody here, I don't know if this is founders only, open forum or what, but you know, everybody here has become friends, and we've gotten to know each other over the years, and I think it's just, you know, I've had to listen to recordings of Ash lately, and, you know, just the man's vision of what he has shared with us, and I think what he will share with us down the road. But I was impressed with somebody that Ash speaks of often, Elon Musk, and what he implemented in the skies over Ukraine just in the past few days, and what one person can do with the punch of a button to help people. And I think that's what Ash is, and I think that's what Onpassive is, and it's just going to be a fun ride with all of you. And I'm here, guys, so just wanted to come say hey.
Thank you, Key. So good to see you, Key. I'm glad you're better.
Oh, I really never got that sick, Julie. I just, with things that happen, if you spike a temp, and guys, I'm exposed to COVID patients every day. I mean, I go in a unit, and, you know, there's 15, 20 people on life support, and another unit, there's 40 people. And, you know, if you want to talk about COVID, I've swam in it for 3 years, you know, knock on wood, you know, I never came down with it. But I had a little incident a week and a half or so ago where I spiked a little fever, and, you know, they kind of freaked out, and I didn't go to the hospital to get tested, which I wish I had of, because I would have gotten the results in about an hour. I went to a local pharmacy and did it, and it was a mail out test, which I didn't realize. So it took 3 days for me to get the test results back. And I don't know what I had. I had a little bug, but everybody's so hypersensitive about COVID, and, you know, the mandates that you go through if they think you're positive. So I had to stay out of the hospital for a few days. Not that I was in the hospital as a patient, guys. I work in the hospital, for some of you that don't know, but I had to stay away, and I relaxed and listened to webinars, but thank you, Julie. I appreciate your love and your concern and your prayers, and I'm good, still doing what I do, but missed you guys, and hopefully I can pick it up a little bit and be on some webinars. And you know, I see Marty every once in a while, chat with him. Jeffrey and I talk, you know, pretty regularly, and but you guys have become as much important to me as my close friends and family too. And Milo, I hope you get your transmission fixed, buddy.
I got it fixed. I'm on the road again.
All right. Thanks, Julie.
Thanks, Keith. Thanks.
Keith. You know, it is a live stream webinar here for all of us to literally, you know, get together every day, every Saturday here, to chat about Onpassive, to chat about the products, to chat about our recent webinar with Mr. Mufareh, the ones that, you know, he showed up at the Team 10 Champion, and he showed up unexpected, but he did drop a few nuggets, right? And everyone's seen the notes, and everyone heard the conversation. We love to hear your thought here as well. This is really, truly a social day. We wanted to bring those topics to see if anyone's have questions and anyone want to discuss more. I put the recording again in the chat if you like to keep those conversations, and if you want to listen to those conversations. There's a lot of nuggets on there that you could, but how about what happened? When you heard about what Mr. Ash said over the weekend, excuse me, on the last webinar, what's your thought about it? Milo, I could start with you. You know, what's your thought on what he said?
Well, Julie, I haven't had a chance to watch the whole thing. I've been working 15 hours a day driving, so I really haven't watched it. So I really don't know what he said. I've got to go back and watch it myself. Like I said, I've been kind of out of the loop here for the last week or so, trying to get my van fixed, and I've been just working hard to get that done. So I guess I don't know what he said.
Okay, who has?
That's
who
not what
watched
you was
it?
expecting to hear, right? But
Yeah, who
that's the
watched
truth
it?
of it. I
Who
just-
wants to, you know, who wants to surprise Milo and what Marty said?
tell
Who
me
wants to
about
tell
it.
that story?
Tell me about it.
Who wants to do it? Well, he started with, you know, he discussed about Tony Robbins. How big is Tony Robbins? Who do not know about Tony Robbins? Everybody knows about Tony Robbins. And how does he get to where he is? He has a team of marketers, right? He has a team of marketers working for him, with him. But as soon as those marketing department or with that work, I mean, is he going to be there? Is he going to go as strong as he does, right? Even though he already has established the amount of followers, but if he stopped doing everything that he does, if he stopped having those events, it eventually will die down. It takes some time to die down. So it's marketing is something that is going on, right? It's keep going and it's keep going. He also mentioned about PayPal, right? The first year PayPal had 100,000 people, right? And they didn't spend any money to market PayPal. But what did they do? They spent $20 for every single one that you brought in, and then they reduced down to $10, and then eventually now they have the amount of people that they want. They made their goal. They don't give back the money, the referral money anymore, right? Yes, they do establish their phase on the market, but is it gonna grow much more? It's kind of stop, or it's gonna grow very slower speed. So think about Onpassive that will continue to do the market for us. It doesn't matter what business we are in, right? And the return is 20 to 25%. That is very, very high. I have never seen any type of marketing that way. And he also said it's not going to be the normal marketing that we all see here, not on internet. It's going to be something else that none of us can figure it out. So those are something I thought that was very interesting, right? Now, the reason why we do how Onpassive can help with other fields, because we like you to think further than the founder positions. You know, we like you to think further than where we are today, because where we are today right now, it's only help with how far we can reach, right? Our family, our friends, our coworkers. But what about the industry that we belong to, or the industry that we can reach, or the people in our team of customers can reach? I mean, I like to bring those points up. It's because Onpassive is way bigger and much bigger than we can imagine, right? So then we got to take our mind out to literally think a little bit further than just the position that we step in. Key, I see you raise your hands. If you could please unmute your mic.
Yeah, Julie, I like Milo, I had to listen to the recording, but I found it interesting that Ash shared GoDaddy. Everybody here knows who GoDaddy is and what they do, and we will be offering that, domain registration space as well. But I didn't realize that GoDaddy only has, I think he said 1.8 million customers. And how long has GoDaddy been in business? I mean, I think I had domain names at least 10 years ago. I don't know how old GoDaddy is, but I think at the time when we do go to global launch, we're already going to have 1.8 million customers. So it's just, Ash's mind and the things that he has made available to us to take advantage of is just it's unbelievable. And I've secured some domain names. I'm sure Julie and Milo have done the same, and the Julie Milo show. And I'm not 100% sure how, and I guess I have to talk to Marty about it, but how we'll use our own domain names to do our own marketing, because Onpassive is going to do the marketing that we need to grow our Onpassive business. But yeah, just incredible statistics that he shared.
That's a good point. Good point, Key. And I did listen to some of it off and on. I fell asleep during it, but I did hear the GoDaddy thing, and I was shocked too that they only have whatever, I think it's 2 million people.
Yeah, 1.8.
1.8, and we have 1.2 already. So I mean, we're just and they've been around how long? So it's amazing thing, and the point, Julie, that you made about 24 to 25%, that's not normal. I mean, normal is I believe it's like 2%, 3% or something like that. 3 out of 100 people that see it will sign up, will or will join, or buy whatever. And now we're saying, hey, that 24 to 25%, I believe, is what Ash said. That's an incredible number. That's a that's a one in or that's 1 in every 4 that's going to sign up. And Key, what you said too is a good point. None of us know exactly how it's going to work, but I do feel that most of us have our domain names, or we've signed up, and if you haven't, you should get that domain name so that you're ready to go. And I believe that it will be marketed by Onpassive, and it will drive traffic there. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're passionate about, you can put it on there, and it will work. If you're, and all of us are passionate about Onpassive, so that will be the main thing that's on there probably. Because you don't have to do anything else if you don't want to. Onpassive is the full thing. It will do whatever you want, and I feel that anyone at this time they're only going to do what they're passionate about. In other words, you're not going to have to work to make a living per se. You're just going to do whatever you want to, that you're passionate about, and share that with the world. And I think that's what Onpassive is about. So I see another hand up, and I'm glad to see hands up. If we don't get a lot of hands up, we'll just probably close it down early, because we want this to be something that we're interacting with the people that are on the show. So please raise your hands as soon as possible so that we can keep going. We got Alan G from South Africa. Come on down, brother.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Julia and Milo, for the show. Always very interesting. Just one thing about the marketing for our own domain names. I had a question asked about this on one of the other platforms webinars on. And they said if you're using the Onpassive products, like the autoresponders and the funnels, they will market for you. So you don't have to, if you're using their products, they'll automatically market for you. Once you set up your autoresponder with whatever information you want, you just have to set up once and then they will market for you. Because they don't know what your business is. So you just have to set up your autoresponders with your messages and your emails that you want to send out and the time frame that you want to send it out, and they will do the rest for you. So that's what I understood it to be, just for information.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Marty. Marty has reminded us that, you know, nowadays the return for the rate of marketing, it's only 3%, probably lucky. If you're lucky, if you get 3%, Onpassive will have 25% and he's not going to settle for 20%, you know. So 20%, 25% of returns on your marketing is insane. It's unheard of, never seen of. And he also said he's not going to settle for it. So, you know, it's good till now because we are in technology company. So it's good if you're wanting to do, you know, your domain name, reserve domain name. AI is the best one because AI indicate artificial intelligent domain name, right? Like julian.ai or something like that. I never thought that, you know, that a domain name can cost millions and millions of dollars. You know, myname.com right now is listed for $850,000. You know, so if you are looking to have a domain name, it's always good to have more than not have, right? So if you can afford and you can do it, grab a lot of AI domain name. This is something that, you know, every single day, I've always looked into Onpassive. How is it going to help some people? You know, how is it going to help me, first of all? But what about the industry, some of the industry, right? That is out there. So it's really good if we like I said, try to think further than what it is now. When PayPal launched, they only have 100,000 people. GoDaddy, it's 1.8 million that are customers. How many years have GoDaddy been in the market? Onpassive right now already have 1.2, and we haven't even launched to the world yet. We are going to launch Onpassive, and we are going to be 12 times bigger than PayPal. So think about it. Thank you, Marty, for you know, reminding us on that part. You know, so it's big. Whether or not you want to understand it or not, it's big, but not only that it's big, but it's also simple. We don't have to know how to build certain products. It's already done for us. All we got to do is being in it and get involved by sharing. That's it. By, you know, coming to webinars and learn. And that's all we have to do, right? I'm going to go ahead and call on Zachariah Fang. If you would please unmute your mic. I see you have your hand raised. Zachariah? All right. Let's go to Dr. Benny.
Good afternoon. Thank you, leader Julie. I want to thank you guys for giving me this opportunity. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to each and everyone. Despite the fact that I did not attend I heard he talked about marketing, and he talked about IPv6, which is Internet Protocol version 6. A lot of companies are utilizing Internet Protocol version 4. And I found out that the version 4 is running out of IP addresses due to the widespread usage from the proliferation of many devices that have been connected. Now, the difference between the IPv4 and 6 is that IPv4 is utilizing 32 bits, and IPv6 is going to be utilizing, it is utilizing 128 bits. Now, the IPv4 it's not too much, it's not really secured like the IPv6. The IPv6 has an alphanumeric, right? Which is gonna protect our environment from those hackers. Now, the IPv6 is becoming prevalent in cloud, since our company will be utilizing cloud or data center by providing consumer access to our network. And they will be monitoring the IPv6 DNS resolution, which is the domain name services, and they will also monitor the traffic path. Now, most of the time we talk of traffic, right? Traffic will be our customers as well. And our IPv6 is encrypted, right? It is encrypted because they are going to protect all those hackers. As we all know, the hackers are out there trying to do everything to hack into our system. So just to let you guys know that our data will be protected. As Brother Marty always said, that our data will be the dollars. It will be protected. So the most important thing is that IPv6, we are going to utilize that to protect our environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Benny, for joining us as well. There's a lot of tech that in other webinars are talking about, and truly, to be honest with you, I don't understand, but I do know that. But I do know, and I do trust the fact that whatever Mr. Ash is doing behind the scene is what I really, truly trusted. I trust the leader. I trust the people that running Onpassive, that found Onpassive, that create Onpassive, and I trust the process that is going. So I have no doubt about it, whether or not I do understand it or not. I just got a note from Marty here, and Marty's home, as you know, he always have his family come by and visit, and so he's sending me some of the great message and reminders. Thank you, Marty, for doing that. What he's saying is IP4 ran out of numbers in 2015. As you know, IP address are series of number, right? So the number has to move around, switch around, otherwise you'll have the same IP address. And the number has ran out in 2015, and that is why IP address volume 6 is coming out, and that one has 340 trillion address options, right? So there's a lot of options in there for all of us to be able to do it, and Onpassive has a hand in that, right? And also, if some of you who have not listened to the webinars that Ash showed up on a few days ago, he was talking about Onpassive is going to have a training center, and we are going to max out the capacity of the building, the 2 shifts building, right? And it has 1,000 tech team. We're going to have 1,000 tech team that will occupy some of those buildings, right? And right now, Onpassive is looking for another building in India, right? So I mean, a lot of the things that Mr. Ash Mufareh showed up and dropped some of those nuggets, those are the things that is important. And if we were to take some of those nuggets, right? And if you write down those and then you go back to your notes and then connect those, it tells a story of Onpassive. And that's how beautiful it is. And that's how my humble mind, my simple mind, be able to understand Onpassive, because I take some of those nuggets and I put them together. So like I said, it's very simple. Onpassive is the easiest business that I myself and so many people ever been into. Is the simplest and easiest, business, right, Milo?
Absolutely, Julie. And, it is awesome how we are growing, we're growing so fast. I mean, when you think about 1,000 programmers, who has 1,000 programmers? I don't know what Google has or what Amazon has or whatever, but I doubt very seriously that they are that many or much more than that. And now we're talking about adding the second shift, which is going to double that real quick, and then even looking for another building. We're just, we're growing at a great speed. And when you think of where we're at, we're not even launched yet. And when we're talking about 1.2 versus a company that I don't know how long GoDaddy's been around, 15, 20 years or whatever, and they're only at 1.8 billion, can you imagine where we will probably be in 6 to 8 years? It's incredible. So I see a couple more hands up. So let's get to Mr. Victor Abba. Come on down, brother.
Hello, everybody. Am I on? Oh, I am. Okay. Hi from London. This is my first journey with you on this show, and I appreciate everything that you do, and it's good for us to be able to throw ideas backwards and forwards and to ask questions of one another without any pressure. So I was just Mr. Mufareh, he says things that he just blows everybody's mind away. But I was just thinking about when he said that he's going to start the media launch within the next 60 days at the time. And that media launch, he invited all of us. He said we should all be there for that media launch, which got my brain thinking. I said, that means that by that time, we're all going to be on OConnect. To get 1 million people to be a part of that live launch, that means we must be using OConnect, although he didn't say those words, but that's that. Otherwise, how's he going to get 1 million of us on that particular show at that time? So, all right, we got OConnect. And then he said he's going to run that for several months. I don't know the exact length of time, but he's going to run it for several months. So, and he will be selling products. So we will be selling products. So I was asking myself, I said, okay, how are we going to sell products during that period when this media launch takes off? And I wonder if anybody else has thought that. Is he producing a package for us that we're going to send out to people that will be obviously attached to us? When we send out this package, so that if they then decide to register, then we will get the apples coming in to our wallets, which are again going to be tested during that period. So I don't know if anybody else thought about that. Does anyone have an opinion about that we can share?
I see Key's hand went up. Let's go ahead and bring Key on. Come on, Key.
And you guys got my head itching. Victor, before I answer that, the campaigns, the marketing campaigns that Ash was speaking about, The contract that he signed is with a very large marketing company, one of the largest on the globe. He signed a contract to run marketing campaigns for 16 months. So these campaigns that are getting ready to start, which are for us, they're going to go on for 16 months and will more than likely be renewed. Now, the marketing side of what he's marketing are the products of Onpassive, all the products that we have. And when people come in and purchase a product, that generates sales, which is how we founders get paid. We get paid commissions off of sales. So I want to take that and go to Alan. I think he looks like he left. We were talking about domain names. Onpassive is the only business I'm interested in. I have multiple domain names. Why do I have multiple domain names? I have multiple interests that interest me that I plan to support financially. One of those is veterans of the armed forces in the United States. I am what we call an Air Force brat. My father was an Air Force fighter pilot, and I have stayed in touch. I've since lost my father, but I have a page dedicated to the history of the planes that he flew and the men that flew them. And those guys are in their 80s, 90s years of age, and we're losing them. So their stories are being lost. So one of the pages that I secured that I'm going to probably do a 503c contribution somehow is Brats for Vets. It's www.brats, B-R-A-T-S, for vets. Nothing to do with Onpassive. Absolutely nothing. I won't sell anything on that page on Onpassive, but the email that's with that business that I have, the position that I have, I will dedicate all of the revenue that I earn or commissions that I earn to go to that page that will go and help veterans' needs. So what Ash and Onpassive is doing is selling the products of Onpassive, 50 plus products that we have. Ash markets those products. I don't have the products, but I'm a founder in Onpassive, so essentially I do have the products. I'm a reseller. I have the rights to resell, which Ash is going to sell, the team is going to sell, and I get a commission. It goes to the old Warren Buffett comment: if you can't figure out how to earn while you sleep, you're going to work till you die.
Yes.
Well, what Ash has done for us is he showed us how to earn while we sleep. And I'm going to take full advantage of it, guys. And
for sure.
I don't know whether I don't know whether I express. I don't know whether I express myself properly. So let me just draw the reins in. During that marketing campaign, we are going to be in a position to invite people to join Onpassive. And that's where we're going to get the apples, because we're going to be testing out our wallets. At that point in time, we haven't launched yet. So there has to be something that we will be given access to that will allow us to get people to join. Because otherwise, how are we going to get those bonuses? Because he said that some of the bonuses will come through artificial intelligence, and some of the bonuses will come from our own efforts. Maybe you have 100 people, Julie, that are waiting. They're just waiting. And so when the marketing campaign starts, okay, you will have to present them with something that ties up with that marketing campaign, so that they say, okay, yes, we will join. Is it the same thing that we're offering now, our registrations, or is it going to be something that Ash is going to give to us? Because he said he will, in that marketing campaign, they will be marketing
let me address this. Victor, I think where you're heading is, let me address this, okay? So think about this, everyone. our company Onpassive is a global company, right? So it's not one or two or in any area. It's going to be a global marketing campaign. Now, he had mentioned that the marketing campaign that Onpassive is going to launch to the world, it's a marketing campaign that we've never seen before. It's not going to be on TV. It's not going to be on magazine. It's not going to be on newspaper. It's a different, completely different concept that we have never seen before. What is it? It's for our brains to imagine, right? Until Mr. Ash Mufareh come on and give us that. Now, we don't know what it is, but we do know that Onpassive has physical products, right? And when Onpassive launched their marketing campaign, there are going to be packages that we all will be able to take and sell them. Now, if you have been in Onpassive for the past 3 years, you've done the work, but it's just getting started. The real work that we are going to do is what's coming up, right? At that time, all the people that you share Onpassive with, those are the time that we as founders of Onpassive will take the information that we learned from Onpassive, from the webinar, from the meeting, and it takes us to go back to those and share that, continue to share that. Now, think of it as a global thing. It's not a now, right? And what he's saying also, there's going to be department, right? It's going to be open department. There's going to be in different languages also. So the whole entire Onpassive marketing campaign is targeting a global market. When we said global market, everywhere in the world in all the languages, right? Not necessarily the entire global language, but the majority of that, right? So that is something that we said, that Mr. Ash said. And then talking about the old wallet that integrated into Onpassive, integrated into our domain name or our website when that goes out. And that old wallet, it's integrated not just only to receive money, but it has products integrated into it. And it's going to be in a lot of exchange, many currency, not exchange, excuse me, in currency. So it's a standalone system. It's a standalone solutions that everyone in the world can use. And yes, there are packages for us to be able to sell. And he also focusing on all you do is 3. He came back on that. He hasn't mentioned about the 3 before, but this time he said, all you have to do, sell 3, right?
Yes, yes.
So I think based on what he said, in which all of us really, truly, and for me too, I have to go back to that webinar and few other ones before that and truly connecting the dots. I think connecting the dots is what we need to do. I see Milo has his hand raised.
Yeah, I love the old wallet, and I think the old wallet is going to be like a world bank. And I say it all the time, you know, and old wallet, we think of as just old wallet, but there is so much that is going to be available in old wallet. Remember, if you connect someone to old wallet, whether it's your electrical company, your who you pay all the time, you know, they get connected to it. What about GoDaddy? GoDaddy gets an old wallet, and you pay your. We won't need GoDaddy, but I mean, people who needed it, they could pay through old wallet if they wanted to. Anything can be set up through old wallet. But remember, Julia, when you say about getting 3, my impression is that you actually, you know, you will get 3, whether you get it or whether the company brings it in. Because remember, they are marketing for us. And once you have the 3, which I feel is a no-brainer, because everyone's going to get it through time because of the marketing campaign. Remember, if 20 to 25% hits, that means 1 in every 4. So once they send you know, what, 4 people, 12 people to it, you're going to have your 4 roughly, you know. So I don't think and that's where the part comes where that, you know, people have got into multi-level marketing and they not able to recruit. They're not able to do that. This takes that all away from that. You know, that this takes it where you don't have to worry about that, that it is going to be done. But Victor, what you were saying is how is it going to help with me helping them, or, you know, just the company? The company will bring them all in, but it's much better if you go out there, which I feel everyone will. Once you get money coming into your wallet, I don't think there's a person out there that's not going to tell their friend. You know, even if it's mentioning to them, if you let them know right now anything about Onpassive, when the first nickel hits that wallet, someone's going to come back to you and say, hey, what about this Onpassive you told me about? And it's easy to tell them about it. And remember, at that point, you don't have to sell them, because the company will sell them because of all the auto response, the drip campaigns, everything that the company's going to do. And how it's going to market, we don't know. I've been trying to rack my brain to figure it out, and I mean, I don't know, because he nails everything, and he says we're not doing TV, we're not doing ads, you know, this and that. Okay, well, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's going to be good. So
it is so true that, you know, at the very beginning, when Mr. Ash always talked, you know, you share, and if you have 3, you're good, you know. And then he hasn't mentioned about it for a long time, right? And now he came back and he said, you know, all you need is 3, right? And 3 will set you free, right? So it's so crazy. It's so cool, right? All you got to do is 3, but I'm not going to stop at 3.
No.
Because why not, right? I'm not going to stop at 3. You know, Peacock is my name. And I'm not just going to sit there and wait after 3. I'm just going to continue it to go out there, because Onpassive basically is my life now. And I'm very sure there's over 1 million people right now is in Onpassive, and it's going to be the rest of their life, right? Oh man, this is, the more we talk about it, the more excited I get.
You know, Julie, I don't know that we've really answered Victor's question, though.
We can't. I don't think we can answer your question, Victor.
I think there's a little bit of confusion of what is Onpassive going to market. Onpassive is not going to market Julie Wynn. Onpassive is not going to market Victor Abba. Onpassive is not going to market Key Wendell. Onpassive is going to market Obless, OConnect, Academy, Mail, Wallet, all of the business tools that one would need to run a business or have anything. If you're an MLM person and everybody's waiting for OConnect to be able to use like Zoom, Ash pays, Julie, help me. Ash pays Zoom, I think it's over $10,000 a month.
20 grand. He said over 20,000.
$20,000 a month. And that Zoom package that Ash has bought, the package that he bought is limited.
We have 20,000 attendees Zoom. He's paying about 10,000 a month.
Okay, so he's paying
$10,000.
Yeah, he's paying $10,000 a month, but he's limited at how many people can come into his meeting. And he doesn't like that. Ash doesn't like limits. So Ash has created our product that he will market to businesses that have the need to have these huge meetings at a lower price point. In other words, the value of Onpassive. That's what Ash is going to market. Now, how does it benefit us? When John Business Center decides, hey, I need this for my corporate business around the world for Zoom, and it's going to save me $10,000 a month because they can come in at a package. How many businesses are going to get rid of, look at Zoom and look at Onpassive, and it's a money saver. It's a no-brainer. Now, who benefits when Ash goes out and makes that sale for us through the marketing campaign? Who benefits? The rotator and whoever comes in, that sale goes underneath Victor. It goes underneath Julie. It goes under Cynthia. It goes under David. It goes under Angie, and it'll be rotated and shared. That's why all of us are on the same team. I'm not competing with you, Victor. I'm not competing with Angie. I'm not competing with Julie. I can take Julie's website, Julie's show, and share it, and that person's tagged to me, even though Julie's the one doing the show. Guys, it doesn't get any simpler.
You know, I'm excited that we're having this conversation. I don't know if you have heard, Onpassive has already doing the marketing for us. Now, he has mentioned it many times. Onpassive is not going to market Onpassive, right? Onpassive gonna go to the market, right? And go through the rotators and market many our links, right? It's gonna be marketing our business. Our businesses could be juliewin.ai, victorabba.ai, right? Or keywindow.com or .ai, or, you know, whatever that key window in his businesses, right? Onpassive is going to market that for us. Onpassive is not going to market particular product, because all of our product can be standalone product, but yet they are working intertwined together, right? And Julie Win or Julie Business will having all of those products together, because Julie, I'm using my name, is my business. I own that business. So Onpassive is going to go to the market and market that for me, right? Now, I'm going to pause right there because I lost my thought a little bit here because someone just turned on the camera and kind of threw me off a little bit. But it's what I'm going right now. It's just like I can't. I'm speechless on what my thoughts right now. But if you are going to go in some of the official channel of Onpassive, YouTube or LinkedIn or the blog, if you click on some of the link on there, it has our personal link on it, right? I don't know if you have tried it, but if you go on there, those are the marketing that Onpassive is doing it for us. Look at all the taglines of Onpassive. It has all the words on there. And if you search those words, some of our link is on there. One day I was watching one of the YouTube video of Onpassive, a short one, and I looked in the description and I saw my name on it. I'm like, oh my gosh, Onpassive is marketing my personal business right now, right? And then the next day, I went on the same video and I clicked on the same link. It's someone else. So that is a rotator. That is an artificial intelligence. Onpassive is not gonna, you know, and I'm gonna say this, and Marty and Milo, and you know, if I'm wrong, please let me know that I'm wrong. At this point, right, we are the people that share Onpassive. We are acting as a marketing arm. It's not a marketing arm, but I'm saying we are the speaker for Onpassive. Like we tell the whole world about Onpassive. But when Onpassive launched to the world, we are the customers of Onpassive. Onpassive is going to market us, right? And yes, that's huge. That's huge. In 2020, what did he said? He put something out there to the market to see how long does it take for a million people to opt in. At that time, the technology wasn't ready. The technology that Onpassive built was not ready. And he turned whatever that is for people to opt in. There's 1 million people opt into what at that time he offered. Opt in not only email, phone number, name, and everything else, right? and he turned it on. Within 4 days, there's a millions people opt in. That's even before the technology of Onpassive were introduced to the world. So Onpassive is going to be the marketing guru. Marketing guru that has never been introduced to the world. And aren't we glad that we're part of it? Aren't we glad that we are riding on that coattail, right? So think about that. He had mentioned every single time. He even called on me. He said, Onpassive is gonna make you a hero. We are going to be the hero, right? That means they're gonna put us out there in front of people. And whenever people need to do something to better their business, their life, it has our name, our link on it that they can be part of. Think about that. It's so much bigger than what we are thinking at this point. But I'll come back to my thoughts in a little bit. I'll bring that back. Milo, I'm sending
Julie,
it.
that was a good point, that you made, and let's look at those numbers, because you brought up the point of 1 million people opted in 4 days. So if 1 million people opted in 4 days, and we run the numbers. Okay, now remember, this is not AI. This is just getting them to opt in. Okay, but if they opt in, let's say 1 million, and it took 4 days to get that. Do you realize if you break that down, that's 60, if 25%, which Ash says, he wants to go for 25%. If 25% of those people bought, or signed up into the thing, do you realize we'd be getting about 62,500 people a day coming in? That's pretty good numbers. Now, when you think that's not even using AI, it's going to be even bigger than that. It's going to be faster than that. And I see my good friend Marty just come up. Marty, what do you think of that? I mean, 62,500 a day coming in. That's big numbers. Right now, we're at 1.14.
Your arithmetic's wrong. 250,000 a day.
No, because it was 4 days to get 1 million.
Yeah, so four into 1 million is 250,000 a day.
Yeah, but only 25% of those, because remember, only 25 will buy.
Okay.
25%.
You got me. You got me.
Yeah, that's where I broke that down into.
You got me.
Good one, Victor. But I wouldn't be surprised that we don't get to 250,000 a day. I think that's entirely possible. What do you think, Marty?
Yeah, more than that, I think. I've been watching for an hour and I couldn't talk. Freaking dying over here, okay? It just thinned out so I can talk. Yeah, there's a lot. You guys covered a lot of stuff, man. Yeah, the viral effect, you really can't put a number on it. But if you just went by what Ash said a year and a half ago when we had 100,000 people, he said we'd have 100 million in the first year. That's 250,000 people a day.
Mm-hmm.
We could be 1 million people a day joining Onpassive.
Wow.
When it's cranking. And then you've got the viral effect, which is going to happen because he built for it's a viral company. People are going to punch in on the day of launch and ask that big question, what is Onpassive? Once that starts, it's lights out. And if you listen to him on the video, and if you did, you need to, there's going to be a lot of free products, which means it's a piece of candy. They eat the candy and they want more. When they get more, they pay. It's that simple. And just a word of advice. If you want to market on your own, or you want to get people to come in, get the fruit that fell out of the tree and stop reaching so high. You don't need to. You can get people in. If you do it, let's say you do a webinar, or you do a Connect, and you invite people in. As soon as they come in, they put their name and their email. They now belong to you for the rest of your life until they opt out. Once they're in, they're in. If they come in the free version where they're a guest, They'll be called a guest. They're going to be getting campaigns delivered to them all the time, reminding them what they did and why they were there. Not very aggressive, but it'll be more of a reminder, like that nice guy on your shoulder going, hey, you remember what you did last night? And people say, well, why do I have to know that? Most people forget what they did 2 hours ago. You know, you trip over the dogs, you fall down the stairs, you drop the groceries on the floor, dog crapped and you stepped in it. You're not thinking about what you punched on the internet 4 hours ago. But with AI, it will remind all of us what we did and what we liked at the time, whether it's 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever. And we're going to be blown away what's about to happen. And we were also talking about domains. I'm going to tell you how I think it's going to work. And I'm going to talk to Ash because after I'm done with this, I might have to come back and eat pounds of crow, okay? But when the marketing campaigns start in the next few weeks, you do not need your domain name. Nobody cares. Let me tell you why. There's no way on earth or 1,200,000 people can have domain names ready by the time the campaigns start. Let's use our head. No way. We couldn't get 1 million people to log in 3 years. There's no way are we all going to get domain names in that much time. What will happen is Ash will set out advertising whatever it is that he's doing, because none of us know what that is, all over the world simultaneously, different pages by the thousands, by the millions. And on each one of these pages will be a rotator. On that rotator will be your registration link. And as it rotates and people click on it and they say, oh, what's this? Bankum? Some will pay, some won't. But whoever doesn't is now, if they opt in, they're part of your team. It's a big deal. So then the company comes back a day later, a week later, an hour later, I don't know, at their time zone in their language and tells them, hey, France at 7:05 a.m., they get an email. They're not going to get it at 2 o'clock in the morning when they're asleep. They're going to get it when they wake up. Everybody is, all around the world. Everything's going to be addressed to you at the proper time. And you'll think they're only talking to you. Hey, last night at 10 o'clock, you were watching a video. It was 5 minutes long and you watched 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Would you like to finish that video? Yes. You finish it, now you're getting back where you were. You remember now what you liked. Because a lot of times when you surf, the next day, even when you get up, you go, man, there was something I did last night. I thought it was so cool. I can't remember what it was. Everybody does that. Onpassive is going to remind you through AI, I know what you were doing last night, and this is where it was at, and this is what you were thinking. And you do that all the time until the person goes, wow, I do want that. Or you go in and say, would you like to test it out? You get in, you drive the car. Hey, this is pretty neat. While you're driving the car, you're driving down the highway of Onpassive, you look over to the left, and there's a product there that you like even better than the car you're driving in. You go over, you pay for that product. The person that invited you that you've never met gets a commission. 2 months later, they buy that car that they took a ride in. You get another commission. That's how things, I believe, are going to work during the campaign. Now, when domains are needed, that's when, Victor, you decide you're going to market on your own. Now, when you market on your own, the company's going to drive traffic to Victor's website. Separate. I think it's a little bit separate. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. And like I said, I have no problems eating crow. I ate pounds of it in my lifetime. That's exactly why I'm heavy, by the way. But I will find out the details on it. But massive, massive, massive. And what he said about 3, the reason, shut up. What he said about 3 and your set is, just picture that 3 people equal 1 month's subscription. Okay, so if it's $300, each person's worth 100. That's not worth 100 for everybody you get, just your first 3, everybody's first 3. The reason that sets you free is the next month they never have to pay again, and you never have to pay again. When they get their 3, they never have to pay again. And think about this for a minute. Does the company really have to drill it down for you as hard as the people under you? No. If they could get everybody 3, you win, they win, and the ones under them win, and the ones under them win, it's very smart. And when we become the hunted, which is that bell curve of a Facebook size, people come to Onpassive to advertise. We don't need to advertise outside of Onpassive. We are the consumer. That's coming
Marty.
too. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm done.
You're driving down the road, you see a product, you buy it. Now, if a person becomes a reseller, will they have the whole product package like we do? Or when they become a reseller, do you buy individual products?
I don't know. Here, originally, I thought, yeah, they get the whole package like we do. I kind of think they still do, but things have changed a lot. The products became way more valuable. I thought it was insane to give everybody, not founders, but to give resellers everything for $300. I just think that's insane. Now, I don't know what he's going to do, but a customer comes in, and if you give him 3 or 4 products for $300 a month, it's a steal. We just talked about this Zoom. 9,000 a month, guys, 9,000. And he's gonna have one product that's unlimited, it's just part of the deal. So I don't know, but there'll be packages. And I think that's probably, I love that he did that. I really do. And I don't know the whole scope, but also big companies could come in and say, I want ODIT, I want OConnect, I want OStaff, and I want this, how much? Ask or give them the company will give them a price, we get commission, whoever invited them in, and everybody in your downline.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I mean, because when you think of OConnect, what our OConnect is, and we're paying 9,000 for 20,000, and if we're giving it to them, why give them the whole package?
No, it's crazy. He wants all he ever talks about is value. If you save a company 50% on their overhead, that's beyond value. They will climb a mountain to get that. They climb mountains down to get 2 and 3% savings in a big company. Right. Imagine them coming here and saving 40%, 50%. Come on, that's millions and billions of dollars for some of them.
Absolutely, and that just goes to show what we have as founders. And if you the more founder spots you have, the more valuable it is to you. I mean, it's something that I think down the road, a lot of people are going to be kicking themselves for, not getting in. They want to wait, which is okay. But I mean, if you wait, you'll still do all right, but not like the founders. It just
if you're listening to anybody in Onpassive and you don't get in, you're an idiot. I mean, I don't know how else to look at it. You're a complete buffoon if you know what's going on. Now, I don't say beg somebody to do it. If they don't want to do it, I move on.
Right.
But God forbid the first person that comes back and say, can I get in now? You know what I mean? When I've told them for 3 months.
Yeah.
Don't come to me. If you're watching this now, I'm the wrong guy to come to. I'm not going to be nice. I mean, I tell people, look at it. I mean, I can see if it costs 10 grand to get in. It's $97. You're already getting it for free, right? It's free. I paid $97 over 3 years ago and built a big team for $97. Never paid another dime. And everybody here could do it. You can do whatever you want.
Think about $97 you put in your bank last 3 years, how much you get back.
Yeah, I think $2.50 or something like that.
Gas is about $4.09.
Yeah. How much do you get back if you had spent $97 3 years ago? For me, I think I'm actually get back $97,000. If you were talking about the dollars amount, I'm talking about the knowledge, personal development, technology that I've learned, marketing, the amount of friends that I've made. the expansion of my brain, right? Boy,
This is a gift that I cannot believe it. Wait until the thousands and tens of thousands of marketers see what this really is going to do for them. You have no idea. They'll be coming in as soon as they know. You get one or two, there'll be 1 or 2,000 right away, because they talk to each other. And the other day when I brought up on that meeting, there might be 1%, maybe less, that actually have a residual income. And I said, Tony Robbins. And of course, Ash jumped on and said, nope, he doesn't either. He said he hires a massive team to market for him, because if he didn't, his value would drop daily. That's pretty sad. If Tony Robbins can't do it, what are we going to do? And this would be the first true residual income. Can you imagine whatever you make your first month will be the lowest amount you make for the rest of your life?
Oh my God.
Every month will be bigger than the month before. And I'm not telling you you're going to be a millionaire. And I didn't say that, but you're going to be a millionaire. I don't know when. No, but I don't know when. I don't know how much time it's going to take. I say, look, we have no guarantees on time. We hear about people that passed away lately. They did not wake up that morning and say, I think I'll die tonight. Nobody does that. So we don't know how much time we have. Leverage your time. And you're out, these people out there going after these shiny objects because they're free and they're going to make you millionaires. You're wasting your time. They're garbage. They're crap. And you say, well, what does he know? I bought more crap than anybody here. I can tell you that right now. I know what crap is. I walked in it. I wallered in it. I took a bath in it. I know what crap is. And when they give you something free, that only means it's a bait. Once they get you going, they're going to come later and say, well, you know, for $200, it'll lock in your spot. Now they got you. Spend the $200, buy another position, because that's a guarantee. Buy a position if you want a guarantee. Invest in your future. This thing is about to blow up. And of course, as said, something big's going to happen in marketing. Everyone will know, and he's not using anything we've ever heard of. So I have no idea what he's talking about. And I'll guarantee this too. Everything we know, as big as we think it is, the things we don't know are bigger.
Much bigger.
I know that for a fact. There's things we don't know are bigger. And we're all part of it.
So crazy where this company is going, and man, when we talk like that, you know, and even you know what you were saying about imagine that whatever you make that first month, that's the lowest your income will ever be, you know, because it's always going to go up. Every month it's going to go up. You know, you're going to get more apples every month. And it's crazy. It can never go down. How cool is that? That it's like you know, money growing on the trees or whatever. You just go out and get whatever you need, you know, or apples growing on the trees, I guess I should say. You go out and get more apples, you know, when you need them. You know, they'll be there for you. You don't have to worry. Takes that away from you. Crazy stuff, Marty. Crazy stuff.
Also imagine, you know, who gave you the opportunity for you to work so hard in let's say 3.5 years, and then you get to retire the rest of your life. Not only your life, your families, you know, your children, for generations to come, because Onpassive has that system. He also mentioned marketing 10 years ago or 10 weeks ago is so much different from what's going to happen in the next 10 years, right?
Oh, no doubt. Julie, I'm going to give you an example of that. A gentleman I know made $1 million in one day. Okay. Mm-hmm. He launched something years ago. He walked away because he was going to take time off. 5 or 6 years later, he came back and decided to do exactly what he did before, and it didn't work. Marketing changes daily. It took me 2 months to get a campaign going that Facebook would say was okay, and people actually clicked on it. And it probably cost me $3,000 to get it started. And then 2 months later, the company folded. Everything I did was a joke. We'll say, well, we'll just move it. I branded it to that company. I can't just move it. So I got to do it again and again. And then when there was a company that did last a little long, then I realized I can't bring anybody with me. So I have to lie to everybody I talk to so I can be successful. I can't do it. And right at the perfect time, here comes Onpassive. That's why I don't think it was an accident. I don't believe in accidents. It came at the time I was about to not do marketing anymore because it just was a rigged game. I remember marketers telling people that had 3 opt-ins in a day, "Oh, you're doing great." No, you're not. You're dying. You'll be dead soon. 3 a day is a joke. I'm telling you right now, 50 a day could be a joke opt-ins. Now targeted, and I say with all due respect, Frankenstein said 20 to 25% of people signing up. That is unheard of. In fact, he said if it's not 20, he feels it's a failure. He's going to do something else. Guys, 20 to 25%. That means every million people, 250,000 sign up and are on our team. Are you kidding? That is, it's unheard of. I hit 5% once and I had to change my pants. 25%? Come on. And he's not kidding. Ash doesn't say anything unless he's really serious. If we get him on long enough, he usually does say something he probably wish he didn't. But no, when he said that, I was blown away. I've never seen it the whole time I've been online. I hit really high number maybe once, and you coach through it like, oh, that's great, that's great. Oh crap, and it goes right back down again. But yeah, that's when you hit those numbers, you're viral. When you got people starting to share what you said, you don't pay for that. It's what PayPal did. PayPal said, we'll pay $20 a customer. And you think, what kind of freaking, what are you, stupid? You're going to give money away? Yeah, look at them now. And we're 12 times bigger than they are when we start. 12 times bigger. And what are we giving? Same thing. We're giving massive amount of right, not money, but value. The value is massive. Even as a guest. Then once you get them in, they walk through the mall of the world and go, I want that. I want that. I'd like to have that. And every time they buy, boom. And what happens when you have an organization of 20,000 people, 20,000 customers, and Ash comes out with a new product and 10% like it and they buy it separate? What happened? You just got a $50,000, $60,000 raise in 1 month? And I know you're thinking, oh my God, it can't be. Oh, it will be. There's people making money like that now. Why not you? I'm not saying numbers. I'm not making guarantees, but Ash kind of said this. Look, he said to me, I can't tell Marty how much he's going to make, but I've worked this business for 20 years and I know the mechanics. 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 4 is 8, 8 and 8 is a millionaire, right? But he's got 5,000, 5,000, 20 million, 20 million, 100 million. So you look at the mechanics of it and he's thinking, I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I built one of these before, 1/10 the size, or 1% the size, and here's what it did. So just imagine where we're going. He doesn't have to say, but when people hype, don't hype. Numbers don't lie. You can't opt in 2 million people a day and get 25% and think we're going to fail. Where are we going to be? You could bring in 4 or 5 days, we could have as many people as we do right now. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
It is, Marty. And I think Frankenstein has been texting you. Talking about Frankenstein.
Oh, he might have heard me. Great.
Yes, he's hearing
I'm just
you.
waiting for Bill Muss's next backdrop.
Thank you, Marty. You know, we can make a choice of sitting in one spot and wait for Apple to drop, right? Or we can decide to do something about it. the opportunity here, given here to every single one of us is unlimited. To me, I've been saying this from the very beginning. It is a blessing. It is a gift that keeps on giving. And the keep on giving part is what we are doing here, to go out to the world and share, not only share the opportunity to it, but, you know, tap into what are the people that we share to, what are their struggles, right? Teachers, single mom, music, you know, real estate person. You can bring up a lot of topic, and the context of what we're sharing is the same thing, you know? And talking about the marketing part of it, you know, how do people know about GoDaddy? GoDaddy is the one thing that's helping people to identify their brand, right? With their brand, look at how Onpassive is going to share with the world about our brand. And it doesn't necessarily be me personally about business, but is a business that I'm involving into. And I think all of us really, truly need to think further than where we are today. And so I'm loving this discussion, and I know we only have 25 minutes left. So let's hear from Trevor Peters really quick.
Hey guys, wow, this has been an absolutely amazing and productive webinar. You know, you guys all got me thinking really hard, and it's not really going to take very long at all for Onpassive to become a household name globally. Just like everybody knows Google, everybody knows Facebook, all of those type of things. Onpassive is going to be the go-to source for our entire experience online and some offline as well. And we are going to be, if we aren't already, I mean, think about the United States alone. There's about 300 million people here in the United States, and we're at 1.2 million globally. We haven't even scratched the surface of 1% of our own country here in the U.S.'s population in Onpassive, and that's for the whole globe. So we are globally about 1% of 1% here to the availability and what we have going forward. So that's something really awesome to think about. And I thank every single one of you for expressing so much gratitude and positivity for what our future in the very near term is going to hold for every single one of us. So I'm just everything off my tongue here, but just thank you guys so much.
All right.
Trevor breaks up a little bit.
Yeah, it was breaking up, Trevor, but that was great stuff you said. So let's move on to Sapna Gupna. Come on down.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Is I'm audible? Thank you, Julie, Milo. You are. This is the first show, and congratulations. It is done doing great, well, and running in future with Onpassive parallel. And thank you all to Marty, sir, to Lean, and all the members, founders, guests. Thank you all. And hi, this is Sapna Gupta from India. And my questions has been answered by all the members have asked, and my doubts has been cleared. And right now, I'm also conducting a daily webinar. I have WhatsApp you and text you and invited you. And right now, from all the founders from India, you are heartily welcome on our daily webinars we are running. And I just, my co-host Sampath Patel also invited you all, and you all are invited, like you are running Julie and Milo show. We are also running Onpassive's webinar daily.
Awesome.
Thank you, Milo. And now, Marty sir, and one more compliment for Julie, that purple suits you, and you are looking dashing in purple.
Thank you so much, Savna. It's
And
always,
yeah. And Lynn, also, you all are inviting, like you are conducting and making efforts. We are also conducting, and we are as a family in Onpassiveans family. And right now, Marty, sirs, can I ask you something, sir? Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, sir. This is Sapna Gupta. And one more, sir, you have supported so much, and I just want one more support from your side. That right now you are said that sir has spending so much on Zoom links, but you have checked and want to support me from India, but there are no official link on Indian timing slots are available. Can you do?
If I may pause you right there. This is something that we are doing, and we are live stream now. So it's best if you contact Marty directly with him if you have, personal or things that you want. Yeah, it's best if you could. You're welcome.
Can I have?
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right, Milo, do you want to call on our next 10 race?
Yeah, let's have Amy come down. Amy, come on down from South Haven, Michigan.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for this opportunity. Hi, Milo and Julie. I just appreciate everything that you do for us. My belief level has gone through the roof. I just have to say I had to come outside. Oh my goodness. So all I wanted to say today was I've been writing a list of things that I'd like to do with my apples as they start dropping in. And I'm excited that my list it keeps growing, and I keep adding things to my list. And you validated that list for me today. I just wanted to say thanks.
Awesome.
Yay. That's awesome. It's good seeing you. We Milo and I, and then every single day I'm on the phone with founders across the world, and then my goal too is to continue to communicate with founders across the world. And every single time I thought that I bring something to them, right? Because when you call someone, right? I called Cynthia the other day, for example, and Cynthia goes, "Wow, Julie, thanks for giving me a call." But at the end of the conversation, it's Cynthia who actually make a difference in my life, in our conversation, instead of me. You see how it is? When you are sharing Onpassive to someone, right? The person that listening to you might think, "Oh my gosh, it's Julie again. She's gonna want something from me, right? She's gonna want to share something and want something from me." If that listener are thinking like that, right, they immediately close their thought, right? They don't want to hear. So you gotta, when we are sharing something to people, and we tend to get so excited about things that we wanted to share, and then we went on, and I do that all the time. And then they already shut down when you come to them and start sharing that to them. So just be prepared that when you share Onpassive, what was that, Milo?
No, I was just waving at Angie.
Oh, yeah. So when we do share like that to people, just be prepared, and it's okay when they try to shut down. But truly, if you are listening to this conversation that we have, everything we are sharing here is because we are excited about what's going to happen ahead of us, what's going to happen at the beginning. So we do truly hope that this conversation, or the people that sharing this with you, it's more for you than for them, right? So I wanted to bring that point up, because if you're listening to YouTube, or if you are not a founders and you share this, this is truly for you, the listener, not for the people who spoke here. Because the people who spoke here, the people that on the panel, the people that are attending these webinars, they already know what Onpassive will do for them, right? It's more for you than for other people. I like to have Key, the last person who spoke today, and I'll bring something up. I'm going to make some announcement on the Julie and Milo show. So I'm going to wait for Key. Key, do you want to go ahead and open your mic and share your thought?
Yeah, Julie, thank you. While I had Marty here, something came in my head with what's going on in Europe. Are we still, for the wallets, are we looking at Swift as far as the communication tool for that, Marty, now that I understand Swift a little bit better? Or is it a different third-party payer system, or do we not know yet?
I do not know. Okay, I do not know.
But if you were to go back to the conversation, Mr. Ash had mentioned on that last webinar, Key, he's mentioned something about not the O wallet particularly, but he had mentioned that you can, Marty, if I'm wrong, please let me know. But what he's saying is he said something about the money that you draw from your wallet to your bank. And then what you could do is also paying your bills from your wallet as well. Marty, do you remember?
Yeah, that's kind of what Swift does though, Julie. It's a communication. It's not necessarily a bank, but it I guess sends the routing numbers of, like, if I wanted to send you $100 and you give me an account and I use Swift, and it kind of, it facilitates making that happen. And I was just wondering if we were still looking at that system or not. And I just have one other thing I want to ask everybody. Please pull for Carolina against Duke tonight.
Nice one. No, as far as the wallet goes, I think the wallet, along with everything else in Onpassive, has evolved into something else. So I don't know what that is, but it seems to me that a lot of the functions that I first thought it was going to do, a lot has been added from what he's talking about. Because Ash, it's hard to tell, and depends on what he wants us to know right now. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be a valuable tool for many people. So many different things. So I don't know. I know that it looks like we could sell products independently, and they'll have a wallet hooked to it. They'll have our wallet. So I think we're going to know very soon, because if he does start any kind of campaign and apples are coming in, they got to go somewhere. And that would be the time to check out our wallet. But I don't know, Key, but I think it's much, much bigger than what we originally thought it was. I'm just not sure 100%.
Thank you, Marty.
Thanks, Marty.
Appreciate that. So the two biggest topic that he has been mentioning in the past few weeks to me were the physical products, right? And the marketing campaign. So I have a feeling that those two items are coming, very soon. And as he had mentioned before, O-Tracker he's going to launch O-Tracker. So if you understand what O-Tracker does, it has a lot to do with the marketing campaign, I believe. And so those are the 3 points that I'm looking forward to, connecting the dots when the next time that he comes on. Anyway, we have 10 minutes left, and I like to letting everyone know that starting from this week on Wednesday for the next 2 weeks or a little bit more than 2 weeks. On Wednesday night, Milo and I going to take a break. We are not going to have the Wednesday night 6:30 p.m. for the next 2 weeks. We are going to resume that on the, let's see, my calendar say that we are going to resume that on the 23rd of March. is our first coming back for our Wednesday webinar. As everyone getting familiar with how we run our show, is that everyone's know that from the very beginning, we like to have your involvement, right? Your involvement, that means raising your hands, tell stories and do all of that. Wednesday coming back on the 23rd, we wanted to change our Wednesday into training, educating, or like more of a educational type of, and it's not necessarily that Milo and I are going to do that. We're going to start bringing our leaders, the people that are having knowledge on certain topics that we're talking about. So we're going to be taking a break until the 23rd. And on the 23rd, we come back, we're going to reset back, and we're going to start another series of what we would like to talk about. As far as the Saturday, we could still hold Saturday as a social day for everyone. But if we having a social Saturday fireside chat and everybody comes on to the meeting and not saying anything, I would rather not have it. So it's based on, I don't know, I don't want to take poll, but I truly want to still, my dream is to continue our Saturday as a social day where we can open up and we can talk about anything, everything live and everything, just so that we can have a time where all the founders can get together. So please stand by for that one. Milo and I are going to make decisions on those, but the Wednesday from now till so the next 2 weeks, we will not have the Wednesday evening, just so that Milo and I can take some break and prepare for our next things, and also for all our friends who come on and join us could do that as well. As for me, I do have something that I wanted to offer 10 person at a time for the people who has not or who doesn't know how to set up a YouTube channel using their mobile phone. YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or anything like that, I'm willing to help, but I'm going to need you send me a message and say, I need help with setting up YouTube, how to download some of the video that we have on YouTube. I will show you how to do that. But when you are signing up and come to those meetings, what I need you to do is to have two devices. One is for you to watch, which is I would encourage you to use your computer or your iPad as a device for you to have the Zoom on, and then your phone as a device for you to work on. So I'm going to plug in my iPhone and I'm going to be able to show you how to do that on your phone. As we all know, everybody, especially Red, he is doing everything on passive business in the last 3 years on his phone, and you will be able to do that too. So I'm going to help you to do that, and I will share you what I do, whatever the knowledge. I'm not an expert. I don't know tech. All of the things that I've learned is what I've learned in the past year doing the Julie and Milo show. I will share that with you, but I do need you to send me a message and say, I'd like you to do that. I'll put all the name and then I'll put in a group chat where we all can communicate, and I'll share you the link and the date. So that is something that I'm willing to help. And so, like I said, message already coming in, but I'm willing to do that. And I know that Mr. Mufareh, Marty, a lot of people that focusing on the marketing encourage all of us. You should have your own YouTube. Why not, right? Right now it's free. You should have your own social media brand for yourself. Why not have it now? So I'm willing to help that with everyone. Milo, I said what I need to say. Would you like to add in things? Would you like to?
Sure, that's a great offer, Julie. Everyone should take you up on it. We all need social media. We all need to do that. And remember, it's all about consistency. We've been saying that all along. So if you start building a channel right now, I guarantee they're going to come. Field the Dream says build it, and they'll come, and they will. But I'd like to thank all of you for being on the show today, man. Marty, for your great input, and all of you for your input. But It was a great show. Some great things came out. But remember, we would never have a show. There would never be a Julie and Milo show if you was not here. So give yourself a hand because you're here today. And, we appreciate you coming and joining us. And so that's all I got to say. Julie, we send it back over to you to take us home and take us out of here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Milo. And especially thank you, Marty. You are truly a treasure for our show. And you brought a lot of, wisdom, a lot of life into a lot of things that every single one of us are doing. We appreciate you. Milo, I forgot to mention, we are continuously doing the interview. Right now, Milo is busy. I'm busy too, but we are still doing that. And I know we do have a few that we haven't scheduled. So we're going to try to do that, continue to do that. So we'll let you know if you are on our, pipeline to have an interview done. We're going to do that as well. But yeah, if you like to, if you need help on having your own YouTube channel, I'm willing to help you. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate you very much. All of our friends that continuously supporting the Julie and Milo show in the past year. We appreciate you tremendously. The people that subscribe to our channels on Marty DeGamo, Red Redfern, on Passive Nations, on Bill Musk and the Julie and Milo show. We appreciate you watching us. If you have not subscribed to our channels, please do so. It would be the encouragement for all of us to continue to put the informations out there. And if you are Onpassive founders, if you would, please also share our channels out there as well. And as you understand, we do so many things, not me, not Milo and I only, but the entire leaders, founders of Onpassive will do so much to help the community and to also help us think further than where we are today. So we do appreciate that you share the YouTube channels out there as well to support our channels. We appreciate you very much. And as always, please take care of yourself and take care of other. And don't forget to make sure, extend your hand out to help other. Give each other a call if you need to, because I guarantee you, if you don't have a good day and you call someone else, to them, is you helping them, but actually it's not, there's a reverse effect to it. It actually helps you. So do remember to reach out to others as well. Thank you so much for watching the Julie and Milo show. Good night from Orange County, California.
Good night from there.
Thank you, Julie. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you all. Good night,
everyone.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Night,
Good night from Chevy Chase, Maryland.
Good evening.
Go Heels.
Good night,
Good night.
Good night, Zachariah.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
Good night, Harold. Good night, Andy. Good night, Victor. Good night,
Julie, ma'am. Good night.
Good night, Blake. Good night, Nagra. Good night,
Guys, at 5 p.m.
Good night, Ellen. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night, Milo.
Night. Good night. Good night.